Spite and Dival, South Riverdale. That's all Bronx, right? Yeah, that's the bridge on the bottom of the picture there. That's the Hudson Bridge. Okay, copy that. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Were you listening? They're talking about 11 o'clock tonight. So we're going to have to figure that out, or what you just said. Hey, Fred, go ahead.
Okay, Vanessa, I hear you. Freddie, we'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to go on the air. Okay, Freddie was saying that when News 12 gets back, we'll probably go in for fuel. Oh, really? How much longer until we have to go back? Okay, so yes, Bill. We're just looking at the bigger scope here. You can see. Okay, Bill, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, we're looking down here. I mean, what you're looking at the bottom of your picture there, I'll bring the camera out a little bit, is the Henry Hudson Bridge. To give you perspective where this all happened, that's the Henry Hudson Bridge. Top of your picture, the other bridge, that's going to be the Amtrak tracks that go to Penn Station off the Hudson line. This is where the Harlem River meets the Hudson River. And you can see there's a large presence in the water, both fire department and police. We did see earlier the divers in the water at the first train as well. Of course, one of the things you can't rule out is that anybody would have been thrown from that train when it came to a violent stop into the river. We did see the scuba divers in the water for a short amount of time. They have since exited the water. You see some of the emergency workers climbing around the brush. That apparently that brush is, for my best estimation, is what kept this train from going into the water on top of on the land there. You see the police officers with the K-9 unit. They have been going through the wreckage of this train, making sure they've accounted for everybody. And of course, it's kind of hard for us to zoom in all the way because, unfortunately, there are 4 fatalities with this accident. And just out of taste, we're not going to go and zoom in and show you some of the things that are on the ground. What we can show you is up here by where the 3 cars separated from the front 4, and you can see substantial damage to those tracks. We were talking about that before. When you come off of that curve, there is a switch point here. So some of those tracks would actually be a little bit closer to each other as they switch from one rail system to the other rail system. But again, just looking at the way they are not parallel to each other, there's quite a bit of damage to the rails that make up this portion of the Hudson River line. It's kind of hard for us to zoom in at this point, but there are several pieces of the rail that are askew, that are just pulled off of the bed and laying off into the woods. So obviously a very difficult situation for everybody involved, trying to make sure they have everybody accounted for, trying to assess the situation. You can see the top of that train. This would have been the back end of the train. We were talking about the engine before. That's the engine right there that would have been pushing that train down the tracks towards Grand Central Terminal. You can see that train also on its side, as well as 2 or 3 of the cars in front of it. So a very complicated situation here for the people who are working on the ground, Bill and Phil. Okay, what are you saying about? Okay, sorry. What were we done, about 5 minutes or so?